Ladies and gentlemen, look at what's on the screen right now. I know it was breaking news yesterday, and I know it's like a day later, whatever, but this is the first and only North American Championship that will be defended and being fought over this Saturday in a six-man ladder match between the Velveteen Dream, Adam Cole, Killian, Dane, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet, and Ethan Carter III, EC3. I think he's just going to be EC3, not Ethan Carter, but you know. This is absolutely one of, if not the most beautiful title on WWE TV today. That does cover the Intercontinental title, US title, both the WWE and Universal titles, which is bland as can be. Both tag team titles, bland and copycatted. Both women's title, same thing. The Cruiserweight title, the NXT title, the women's title, the UK title, and the tag team titles of NXT. This is by far the best of them all now. It does have that old school feel. I wish I had a zoom. I wish I would have took a zoom in version of this so you could see everything on there. This is by far one of, if not the best title they have come out with in a long, long time. Some people might argue since the Winged Eagle belt from the 1980s and early 90s, which a lot of people say that is the best current version of the WWE Championship. This does have that old school feel with a little bit of the new school, because the center plate and the belt strap itself is the old school, while the side plates are the normal plates that you've had on all title belts except for the Intercontinental title, the US title, and the tag team titles. This is just by far, I cannot wait for this match. It's going to be great, and we did see all 6 competitors in that match tonight. And Ricochet, other than that little tease he had last week, where he just came out of Regal's office, did his eyebrow pointing thing, and said, see you in New Orleans, he actually came out in wrestling gear. So he obviously had a match at the tapings that did not air on the network, which I think it bites that they kept him. They had 2 matches for him for the WWE universe, the NXT universe, who was in the center stage and at Full Sail, but we didn't get to see them ourselves. Maybe, just maybe, because they were at these shows. Maybe somewhere down the line, maybe at the end of the year, they might show them off like they did Adam Cole versus Drew McIntyre for the NXT Championship with Shawn Michaels as the guest referee in the year-end review show. So maybe we'll get to see them then. Who knows? But this is by far a great title. The brown strap, which, yes, it does in this picture for me. I thought it was red. It was just the lighting. Another thing, the North American continent on this entire plate, the front plate does look black right now, but in the picture I saw for the bracket for the Access tournament, which you guys going to Access are getting a lot of wrestling. You're getting the women's tag teams UK and North American Championship tournament to see on Sunday those 4 titles defended. So it's going to be great for you guys going to Access. I am jealous as can be, being a North Ohio guy, so I won't be able to make it to WrestleMania because funds and whatnot. But hopefully I'll be able to get to WrestleMania one of these years. But this is by far the best title going today, and I am excited to see who is going to win it. I will have my thoughts on that tomorrow for NXT preview, Takeover New Orleans preview and prediction. So let's get on to the show. We had the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. Charlie Caruso did bring up in the Control Center that Bobby Fish was injured. No big special or anything about that. We did have the Strong and Dunn versus the AOP, which we started the show off with, which I found kind of interesting, and I figured something was going to probably happen if they were going to start the show off. This match was a pretty good match for them from what it was. Strong and Dunn and AOP put on a hell of a performance up until the end of the match. They had a commercial they had a commercial 2 minutes into the match, and I'm like, this is going to be a long one. This is probably going to take up the majority of the show. I was wrong, of course. I think Roderick Strong started the match off, and then he tagged in Pete Dunne, and AOP just took control from then on for most time. They were just beating down Dunne for most of the match. Dunne finally does fight back, and after for a bit, and tags Strong in, who comes in lightning fast and brings it to AOP. Dunne and Strong take over the match, double stomp to Razor for a 2 count. They did do it looks like it looks like Strong and Dunne have a new finisher, like double finisher combination, where it looks like Strong is going to go for the end of Heartache, but he throws him up and Pete Dunne hits him with the bitter end. So that's a nice little combo there. Looks like they were about ready to win that match. All 4 men gave their all for this tournament, just showing you what this Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic meant to these 4 guys. AOP lays out Strong and Dunne, all 4 men are down, NXT chant in the crowd, and then all of a sudden Cole and O'Reilly come out and beat down everyone in sight, causing a double disqualification to the match. Of course, before this match started, they showed Dustin Rhodes coming in with a nice little black necktie with polka dots on it. They showed Michael Hayes for some reason. They showed who else? The Red Rooster. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Coming in because we're just gonna have this big huge celebration of this. Well, no celebration tonight because the AOP and Roderick Strong get double DQ'd. Regal comes out, not happy at all. He's like, very smart. Due to Fisher's injury, you thought if there's no winner tonight, you won't have to defend the tag team titles. Unfortunately, not smart enough. At Takeover New Orleans, it will be a triple threat match with pretty much winner takes all. The AOP, Undisputed Era, and Strong and Dunne in a triple threat match. The winners are the NXT Tag Team Champions and the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners. The one thing I don't like about this match is if the Undisputed Era wins, then they are your Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners for the tournament, and they weren't even in the tournament. So I don't like the fact that they do that. But I think they turned this singles match that was going to happen at WrestleMania this weekend into a triple threat because of Bobby Fish's injury, and Adam Cole is going to have to play double duty, and they don't want to have to put much more on him. So, like, say you would have had the AOP versus the Undisputed Era, which I doubt, or you would have had Dunne and Strong versus the Undisputed Era. Dunne and Strong are going to beat the holy hell out of you, and they are going to stiff you left and right. So to get more, so he doesn't have to do as much as he would have to. They want to say because he's going to be in that 6-man ladder match. They took the singles match and made it a triple threat match just to alleviate the pressure, the workload onto Adam Cole. Adam Cole, of course, is going to play double duty because of that match at WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans. After the match, they had a promo for the North American Championship. Was a great promo if there was. Of course, let's look at that thing one more time. That thing is absolutely beautiful. I could sit there and look at that thing all day, and if I had the means and the money to, whenever after it actually comes out on the shop, I would definitely be getting myself one of those because that thing is something that you should have, that I would love to have on a mantle or in a display case and be like, that title right there is something worth carrying around or having on your shoulder or around your waist. And that right there personifies wrestling, not like most of the titles you see on the main roster nowadays. You had a promo for the Gargano Ciampa feud, which was awesome. I'm going to actually be able to play that, I think.
This is like everything that we've ever worked for over 12 years. NXT Tag Team titles, match of the year now, dream come true.
They actually show Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa at Johnny Gargano's wedding, because of course Tommaso Ciampa was Johnny Gargano's best man. They actually have a picture of them doing the Shawn Michaels Diesel pose, where Johnny Gargano's in the pose of Shawn Michaels while Tommaso Ciampa's behind him posing like Diesel would be back in the day.
We've traveled the world together for the last 12 years. DIY is us together.
Oh, that shot to the face definitely was hard to watch. And then the wrestling world stood still for a moment.
Why? I saw you as my brother, my best friend, and I didn't think that was something you were even capable of.
Want answers? You did it to yourself, Johnny. Because you're selfish. You're selfish. Are we even gonna talk about the fact that I tore my damn ACL in that match? DIY was...
He actually tore his ACL in a match a couple days beforehand. He just exacerbated it in the match.
carried by me. It's always been about you, though. It's never been about us.
I think that's something you conjured up in your sick, deluded mind, but DIY was something special.
I decided finally. This isn't our moment. This is my moment. When I return, I will be the most dangerous son of a in all of NXT.
And then, you weren't there. I need to be Johnny Gargano again. I need to be Johnny
Freaking wrestling!
I thought I had it all figured out, but I didn't. That thought, it kept coming up.
And then, bam! Takeover Philadelphia was just the start. You're stupid enough to put your career on the line.
If I can't win the NXT Championship, I'll leave NXT.
You're selfish. I wanted you to have your moment. And I wanted to rip it straight from your heart. Rip it straight from your heart.
You cost me my NXT career. You've taken everything away from me. As a man, you can strike me down.
He's gone! Gone!
But as a symbol, I will live forever. My job is on the line. If I beat you, I get reinstated at NXT.
The reason that this match is unsanctioned is because NXT knows what I'm going to do to you.
I don't care what happens to me anymore. I'm coming to New Orleans to beat the hell out of you.
Takeover New Orleans. I take your spirit, your soul, your heart, Johnny Wrestling, and everything it stands for ends.
I will finally have my moment.
This is my moment.
Absolutely one of, if not the best feud going into the weekend whatsoever. I am so excited for this matchup. So excited. Now, Tommaso Ciampa just... Give me a second. Yeah, here it is. Tommaso Ciampa just 22 minutes ago, as I'm recording this, put out a tweet on Twitter. This is not a man on this planet. There is not a man on this planet that can do what I do quite the way I do it. I am not a Paul Heyman guy. I am not a chosen one. I am not the next Daniel Bryan. I am Tommaso Ciampa. This Saturday, the world finds out. Hashtag this is my moment. Absolutely, that one of, if not the best heel in wrestling for WWE today. This is going to be the match coming out of, unless they do something in that ladder match, this is going to probably be, if not certainly, the match out of NXT Takeover New Orleans that you're going to be talking about. Hell, even WrestleMania week that you're going to be talking about. If anybody saw the Cruiserweight Classic, these two put on a hard-hitting hell of a show back 2 years ago when they actually liked each other. Can you imagine what these two are going to do when they hate each other's guts and just want to rip each other's hearts out and beat the holy hell out of each other? This match is unsanctioned, so pretty much that means it's anything goes. It's just another word for Extreme Rules or hardcore match or no rules match. That's all it is. So this is going to be great. I cannot wait to see what happens, and I am torn on who is going to win this. I will have my thoughts on it tomorrow when we go over the NXT preview and prediction show for NXT Takeover New Orleans. Moving on here, Kyrie Sane versus Vanessa Bourne. This was just a match to get Kyrie Sane back on her feet from her last time we saw her. And they mentioned during this match that Vanessa Bourne is taking on one of the greatest women in NXT today. And I'm like, I wish that could be the truth, but Kyrie Sane really hasn't done much since she won the Mae Young Classic. She had the match at War Games. Then she had a match that was already pre-taped before War Games against one of, I believe it was Peyton Royce or Billie Kay. It was Peyton Royce, I believe. And then she came out and got taken out by Shayna Baszler, and she was gone for like 2 months. So she really hasn't done nothing, pretty much. She lost to Shayna Baszler not too long after coming back, and then she was not seen again for like a good while. So Kyrie Sane really hasn't done much in NXT. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is there something like different about Kyrie Sane? She just looks, there's something about her, she doesn't look like she did when she came into NXT. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she's doing her hair differently, maybe the makeup, I'm not sure. But like, it just seems like she doesn't look like she did when she came in. Can't put my finger on it, I don't want to offend her, because you know that's how people get now. I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing, it's just she doesn't look the same that she did when she came in, which that could be not a bad thing really, because change is always good. Change can be good. She won the match with an insane elbow for the win, and that was Kyrie Sane just getting back on her feet. There was a woman who called her out a little bit like right after this. Lacey Evans made a statement to a bunch of off-camera people. I don't know why NXT has to do this whole let's have a bunch of people with microphones and phones and everything. Like, we hold press conferences on a daily basis in NXT's Performance Center. It just seems to happen all the time. Like, they do it. They've done it with Lars Sullivan. They've done it with Drew McIntyre, with Aleister Black, and with others. And it's like, this is WWE. Why are you guys holding like press conferences or press events all the time? It just makes no sense. Anyway, Cole O'Reilly then, Lacey Evans, when it was doing this whole press event, someone mentioned Kyrie Sane. He pretty much called out Kyrie Sane, and we'll find out what William Regal had to think about that later. Speaking of William Regal, Colin O'Reilly, William Regal's just for some reason walking outside. Like, he's just walking, probably clearing his air. Probably got too hot in Full Sail, so he had to walk outside to keep himself cool. Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole come out and confront William Regal. Cole's pissed about being forced to do double duty on Saturday night. William Regal pretty much says you have 3 options, fellas. Cole, you could wrestle both matches. O'Reilly, you can wrestle the tag team match on your own. Or Cole, you could get out of the ladder match and defend the tag team titles. So it's going to be, I commend Adam Cole for doing double duty. Even when Daniel Bryan did it at WrestleMania 30, where of course Daniel Bryan was injured going into that match, as we found out later. His shoulders and stuff were not good, and his neck and everything was messed up, but he still got through WrestleMania. That is why, again, I say they took the tag team title match and made it a triple threat match. Bobby Fish is injured, so we needed to find some way to alleviate Adam Cole, because we had him penciled in and probably have spots in this match that Adam Cole is going to execute that we want Adam Cole in that match for. So, and able to alleviate doing a double duty shot with the ladder match, which is going to put a big tax on his body. We're going to have him do a triple threat match for the tag team titles instead of doing a one-on-one match there, and then a 6-man ladder match, which I think the tag team title match will be done first. Then I'm pretty sure we're going to have the tag team title match, which if it was me, I would probably I would not open with the North American Championship. Just give that thing people a little bit more leeway. We could do the tag team title match, then the women's match, then the North American Championship, or we could do, we could do which is what we should do. The tag team match, the women's match, and Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. Then the North American Championship. Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Tag team match. This is how we're going to do it. They're probably going to do it. Never mind. Scratch. Tag team title match, women's title match, North American title match, Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano, and then the NXT title. Or you're going to switch the women's or something. It's just going to be interesting how they do this. But if anything, I think they're going to have at least a match or two between both of those matches, so Adam Cole gets a little bit of a breather, because going through a ladder match is going to be one hell of a thing. I mean, he worked his ass off in that hardcore match, that Extreme Rules match with Adam Cole, with Aleister Black at Takeover Philadelphia. Now imagine if he had to go defend the tag team titles in a match or two later after that war he went through there. This time it's going to be 5 other guys. So it's going to be hard for Adam Cole, but we'll have to wait and see. They had a promo for the NXT title match and the NXT Women's Championship, which was really just showing what happened last week. And then Ember Moon. We didn't hear from Shayna Baszler, which was interesting, but we had Ember Moon talk about how she didn't feel sorry for anything that happened last week at the Performance Center, which of course was them two fighting and the cameraman got knocked over. Shayna Baszler disrespected a trainer. These people mold us into the superstars we're going to be. Blah, 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 blah. We all know how that one's going to go. Of course, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Lacey Evans versus Kyrie Sane was made for next week. Lacey Evans called out Kyrie Sane. William Regal's like, okay, well, we're gonna put that match on at the Smoothie King Center before Takeover, so we will have that match going on for next week. I'm going to be looking forward to that. Maybe we'll see a nice size match, because all they do usually for the Aftermath shows is you have like 2 matches and a recap of the entire show, which you'll have 5 epic matches to talk about. So maybe this will be the only match that we see. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Lars Sullivan versus Killian Dane. This match went about, 5-10 minutes before we had the Velveteen Dream come out. Both men are down on the outside. The Dream, who had braids in his head, from whatever reason, comes out. He looks like he's going to do a Purple Rainmaker off the top rope to the outside to one of the 2 men. Adam Cole comes in. EC3 comes in. That's 5 of the 6. Then Ricochet's music plays. He comes down, he runs to the ring, he does his springboard on backflip and does his nice little pose in the middle of the ring. I thought, oh my gosh, these guys are going to brawl. No. Killian Dane and Lars Sullivan look pissed as fuck that their match got stopped. And Ricochet just circles around looking at each and every one of these guys. EC3 acknowledges, shakes his head. And these guys are set for Takeover. And that was NXT for the week. We will be talking about that tomorrow. For the NXT preview and prediction show, I will have that for you guys tomorrow. Make sure to find that on the channel. If you want to check out SmackDown Live Review, it's on the channel right now. Raw Review as well, unscripted from last week. Coming up for the rest of the week, we have Takeover. We have the Takeover preview and prediction tomorrow. Friday, we'll have the WrestleMania preview predictions. Saturday morning, we'll have unscripted. Saturday night, the NXT Takeover full show fallouts, pretty much. I think I'm going to call those something. And then the next night, WrestleMania, we will have, which is going to be so long. Until then, my name is The France. Find me on Twitter at The France. Find me on twitch.tv/TheFrance08. Hit that subscribe button and comment down below. And hit that like button as well. Share with everybody and anybody you know. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the NXT preview and prediction show.